We're supposed to trust our gut, but sometimes our gut feeling and our heart don't match up. Our hearts can be pumping for what our mind is telling us is no good. We sit here envisioning ways to make it all better, but forget that our mind fails to run parallel with reality. We also forget to think about how the other would actually react in a situation, not just how we wish they would. I guess we truly don't know what good, healthy love is until we are in it.
Absolutely stunning narration. The script and the very poetic text I thought was absolutely gorgeous. Some really stunning words that drew the piece together in a beautiful way. And I like how the narration bounced off the visual images, but the visual images also added layers to inform the writing. There was a nice, both of them could stand on their own, and we could understand the story being told or the emotional roller coaster of it, but they bounced off one another to add just even more nuance and layers and juxtapositions, which I think is key. So really good crafting on that regard. I think they really did encompass what I said, that roller coaster of love so deeply, and I really like that they put it in this kind of nostalgic 70s hazy um, setting with the set dressing and the wardrobe. It added that other layer to it for me. It felt like a very like 1970s poetic Sex in the City, um, Carrie Bradshaw on the typewriter, talking about her journey, and really inventive images created with the cinematography. Love the use of mirrors, the old camera, the field shots. That some of them went more into the avant-garde, and I think that was a really nice way to keep the piece from being too precious, and allowed the narrations dive towards the metaphorical really come through.
I thought this piece was lovely. It was relatable. It gives us a really nice look at the intense highs and lows of a relationship without being too over the top or over dramatizing it too much. And I really love that narration too. It was poetic and vulnerable and honest and just really beautiful. I thought it was performed really well as well. And the visuals that we got were amazing. They were such a perfect match to those beautiful words that we heard.
I'm so intrigued by this idea of seeing a relationship from two different sides, from two women, um, each commenting on how they feel in their relationship and how polar opposite that is for each other. It's fascinating. I love this movie. I think it's fantastic. I think it's interesting. I think it's um, really, really clear, the storytelling, and I'm really, really impressed with it. I love this. First of all, the little short clips with the VO on top of them or underneath them, I should say, very, very effective. Really, really great work. And everything is shot beautifully, and everything has its own feel. And sometimes it's surrealistic. Sometimes, like she's talking about feeling um, bound, and she's got her hands tied up in rope in the middle of a field. I mean, like that kind of imagery is really spectacular. And then you have the more realistic realism type of imagery, and the combination of the two, it's just really clear storytelling. The writing is great, the direction is wonderful, it's edited beautifully, the music is really great, it evokes the exact feeling you want to have for this piece.
I really just got a great sense of the chemistry between the actors, which was so impressive considering there wasn't really any dialogue between them. Um, and I just thought a lot of the shots were so creative, and the film just had such its own creative tone to it. For example, I loved the shots of the mirror on the ground, the montage of all the men she was on dates with, and then the shot of them, at that table in that beautiful field were just so unique and made the story really interesting. And I think you did a really great job of capturing all the tone shifts throughout the story.
As a filmmaker, you sit down, you want to make a 12-minute movie about heartbreak, about a relationship ending, but it's, not some casual small thing. It's a true love, big deal, earth ending, earth shattering breakup. Um, and you want to make a 12-minute movie of it. How do you do that? Well, the filmmakers here and everybody involved came up with a really good way. Just, let's have this stream of consciousness monologue going. And it was very nicely written, by the way, and show scenes from the relationship kind of unfold in a stream of consciousness way. It's the kind of thing that you see like Terrence Malick do, where you get a big story that's being told in a small amount of space, because of lots of words and visuals. And yeah, it was really nicely done, really well conceived, really well done. It was very simple in that there wasn't a lot of performers involved, a lot of actors involved. There wasn't a lot of locations. Instead, they made great use of the countryside locations and stuff that they had. So yeah, I mean, it was just really well done. It was nicely shot and edited. I really liked the score a lot too. It was very effective.
I really liked how they did this with this kind of inner monologue or voiceover, like, throughout the entire thing, and how it kind of changes, and you can tell that's why I think of it as, like, her inner monologue, because it changes depending on, like, what's happening in the mood, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really well done. I liked how they took you through like this full process and through like the good times, like the happiness, and you could see like the love, and then through like the heartbreak and how it changed and how it kind of ebbed and flowed. I thought it was really well done.